Well, once again, I'm off like a herd of turtles. It's about 9:30 in the morning. I'm just walking back to the main road along this old road. I have to cross a side channel of the river that's cut through this old road. It's kind of cool how the river reclaims the land and reshapes everything. Oh, I think I passed it. There was a little trail down to the creek here, this side channel of the main river. There it is. I don't know if this is an animal trail or a human trail. I think it's human. There's a few rocks in the river to help me get across. So the plan for today, if all goes well, is to reach a point where I can start paddling. Whether that's the Nimpkish River itself or Vernon Lake. If the river looks too low at the junction of the two roads, one leading to Vernon Lake and the other following the river. If the river looks too low there, I'll just walk to the lake and then either tonight or tomorrow paddle the lake, and then the river that drains out of the lake, the Sebalhall River, joins up with the Nimpkish River, and then by then there should be enough water to paddle in the Nimpkish. With the recent rains, I might not have to go to the lake. I won't know until I get there and give it a try. I find this kind of road walking, it's not difficult, but all the repetitive motions hurt my feet and my legs. There's not enough variety of movement, I guess. So I'm kind of sore this morning after yesterday. I think also taking a day off. My body just wasn't used to the constant motion. So I was kind of slowing down towards the end of the day yesterday. Maybe once I warm up today, I'll feel a bit better. But right now I just feel a bit stiff and sore, and I had a couple of hot spots developing last night. So, got that going for me. The Nimpkish River is paddled by whitewater paddlers in the spring. There used to be a company that operated tours, and it's a class 3 to 4 river when the water levels are right. But I couldn't really find any information about what it would be like in the summer. I tried contacting the company who ran the tours, but they never responded. I don't even know if they're in business anymore. The last update from their website was a couple of years ago. But there are some boulder gardens and drops, small waterfalls that I've marked on my maps, and I'll just have to pay attention and see what the water levels are like. There might be some canyons, and if anything looks sketchy, I'm just gonna portage around. This road kind of follows the river valley, so the river's never far from either a road or an old railway grade, so it shouldn't be too difficult to move back and forth between them if I have to. Another thing about walking on the road is that roads always have a bit of a crown to them, a convex shape. And so if you're not careful, you'll find yourself injured just from walking on the same side of the road all the time. Walking side hill, basically, that can lead to injuries. So I'm always trying to walk on the flattest part of the road, assuming there's no traffic like on this one. I think maybe 10 vehicles passed me all day yesterday after I got out of town. I can hear them coming. If I'm listening to a podcast or something, then I only have one earbud in, and it's not too loud, so I can always hear what's going on around me. Well, it's almost 11:30 and I just saw my first vehicle go by, so not bad. One vehicle every 2 hours, I can deal with that. Well, here I am getting my first look at the Nimpkish River. I've crossed the summit, and this drainage is now heading more or less northwest. And here the river is deep enough to paddle in the pools, but there are lots of sweepers and riffles that are shallow, and I would have to do a lot of walking and portaging and if I was trying to paddle down this. So it would just be extremely slow and possibly dangerous with all the wood in the water. So I'm gonna keep walking on the road. I've gone about 20 kilometers on the road today, and what's a few more? I'm gonna walk to Vernon Lake, I think, and then paddle the lake to the river, and by then I'm hoping there will be enough flow to make it worthwhile paddling down the river. Not much has happened today. It's been a pretty quiet road walk. The traffic has been amazingly minimal. I think I can count the number of cars that have passed me on definitely two hands, maybe even one. And that's pretty good for a 20-kilometer walk. But it's also not super interesting, so I haven't taken a lot of footage. Ooh. Somebody lost their tent fly. That sucks. It's a good one too. MSR. I wonder if they'll come back for it, or I'll leave it here. I'm not gonna bother with it. They probably hung it up on their car or put it on top of their car when they were packing and then drove away. Yeah, this stretch has been not super interesting, but there's been a couple nice mountains. Some of the mountains are pretty rounded and forested lower down, and then higher up they get more rugged and interesting. I don't know how much hiking people do out here. It's very remote here. I mean, these towns like Gold River and Was, they're very small. I think the population of Gold River, which is the bigger town, is definitely under 2,000 people. And Was might be a few hundred. And they're separated by this road. And both of them have paved roads that come closer, so the amount of traffic between them is minimal at best, as is clear by the number of cars that have passed me. Basically all that goes on in this valley is logging, as far as I'm aware. There have been a couple of mines historically, but I don't know if there are any Still operating. That's awesome, thank you.
Wait! Somebody's going to get one of our phones. We need one.
Here I am, set up on the beach, a little ways down from their cabin. There's a cabin at the end of that road. I don't know if it's a vacation rental or what. I didn't ask. I was just so surprised. I apologized for intruding and then asked if I could launch my boat there. Then I got out of there pretty quickly. If I was single, I might have been a different story, but this is a beautiful spot. I'm really happy about this. And as long as the wind doesn't shift and get really strong from the west tonight, it should be a great spot. I had to level it out, but this pea gravel beach was really easy to work with, and yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty tired. I walked over 30 kilometers today and then did a short paddle. I'm still kind of in disbelief about that, but yeah,